Hello everyone. Okay, let's just double check this. Everything seemed to be okay. Now it's not working. Why are you not registering the game? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so we have a slight bit of dropped frames, but compared to yesterday, this is all looking absolutely fantastic. So essentially the issue was with the virtual avatar program that I use. There had been an update for that, and for some reason it was just completely sucking all of the frame rate. So there was an update that got sent through at midday my time, so that's been applied, and I did spend a bit of time with one of my personal playthroughs and just checking that everything there worked as I should expect it. So I did that for a day with like everything properly loaded as if I was doing a stream, and everything was running as I expected it to. So I'm just going to summarize for people who don't necessarily want to watch the absolutely atrocious stream that was last one with its massive 5 frames a second. So basically we went down to the mines, we managed to clear 5 levels, so we are now at level 85. We broke open a bunch of geodes and found a few new things to donate to the museum, bringing us up to 40 items. And then we also sold a few diamonds and such to get us a bit of money. And as you can see here on this one, positron, we are on day 5 of summer, year 1, and we have over 5,000 gold, which means the house upgrade is halfway in our hands. So we'll just grab that and load into the game, and we can hopefully get started. So I am being a bit cautious and a bit nervous, keeping an eye on the registered frame rates and everything in OBS, and just making sure that that all runs as we are expecting. And of course, load into the game. Oh yes, and we also caught some fish and got an achievement for that. Hello, Sir Fluff. So let's see, weather report for tomorrow is going to be clear and sunny, and the fortune teller, the spirits are very happy today. So today is going to be a mining day. So we do indeed need to take the cloth over to the community centre. Is there anything else? Let me just quickly flick through. I thought I saw something flashing there, but apparently not. So let's just quickly... Okay, we need a winter route. And other than that, we seem to be okay. The one thing I will do is take our leather boots. Which ones? Oh no, because we only have the magma ones. We don't have the space boots yet. So I do want to leave that. We can also put the cloth back, or one of the cloth, as we only will need one. And let's just see any of these that we need to put into the community centre. It doesn't look like. So that is nice to see. Okay, that needs to be donated. We could probably crack open a couple of those geodes. We obviously want the watering can. Let's just see another flower crafting item. And in here, okay, obviously we need some hardwood for the construction bundle, but we only have 6. So what can we do? Let's just see. Nothing. Okay, basically nothing there that I can see that we necessarily need. So that's good. We don't have anything too excessive. So let's just basically... Okay, so we have some iron ore that we can take and some coal, and I will actually pick up the chest for once and place it down there. So we also want to put away our fishing rod and go and get our swords. Just because we are, like I said, going to go into the mine. That is not where I left them. I left them in here. So I think we're pretty much okay with the bone sword for the moment. +4 speed and +2 weight. So we don't necessarily need the shadow dagger, but I will keep that as a just in case. So head into our cave and just check if we've got any fruits that we could send to the community centre. It doesn't look like, but the spiceberry we can chuck into the shipping box as we go by. And here we don't seem to have anything of note. Nope. Just copper, iron, and a couple of standard geodes, so I'm not going to bother fiddling with those. So 7:30, we want to go down to... I don't know why I got the watering can out because it's raining. I don't know why I did that. What I can see... No, not the iridium bar. We want the scythe because a couple of bits of the wheat are available to harvest. So that's just 3 little bits. I think I will keep those. And then the same with these coffee beans. Basically, store the normal ones, sell the gold, silver, and iridium ones, and keep the wheat in here because as soon... Okay, maybe not in there because there are a lot of things that I have here which are not necessarily... which don't necessarily need to be here, but never mind. Okay, so we'll put them in here. And when we get a mill, we will grind them up. So let's head down to the travelling merchant, see what she has for sale, and then we will loop back up to the town. Okay, there are a couple of things there. I really need to clean up this area just to make traversal a bit easier. But we can come down. There's a little sweet pea there. So anyway, we can come down here, see if there's anything for the community centre we can quickly grab. So like iridium ore, not necessarily. Trout soup, I can still get that cheaper at Willie's shop. So pufferfish, I think we've already got. Large white egg, duck feather, we need that. I definitely know that. Let's actually just have a look. So where would it be? The animal bundle. Yep, we do already have the large white egg. And under the fish tank speciality, yep, we already have the pufferfish, but we can now put the duck feather into the bulletin board bundle and we don't have to worry about getting ourselves a duck for that. So that was, I think, 600 gold. Very well spent. And then we can just come across here. If anyone's got anything nice in their trash cans for today. Oh, there's another sweet pea down there. We'll grab that as well. Now, one nice thing about it obviously raining is that barely anyone is around to see you poking around in the garbage cans. So you don't get told off, you don't lose any kind of relationship points. So we can quickly go across to the museum and Clint's and see if either of these geodes have anything interesting. Oh, Joja Cola. Here we go. So, no, not upgrade the tools, process the geodes, which we just have the 2 standard ones. Okay, just rock, basically. Just rock. And come back down to the museum. I probably should have actually done this later, because then we could have got the minecart straight across, but never mind. Bit too early to go into the saloon. We won't be able to see what the meal of the day is. But we did manage to pick up some bread from outside the museum, which is nice. That will give us a bit of success. And you want a radish? I don't think I'll be able to get that to you in time, so nope, sorry. Okay, so spiceberry and sweet peas and the coffee beans we can sell, even though the coffee beans don't actually get us that much. Everything else goes into the community centre bundle, or we keep as a energy topper for the mines. And I am hoping, because we have good luck today, that we will be able to get further down into the mines than just 5 levels, because that would be nice if we can manage it. Okay, so the ocean fishing bundle. So we have our tuna there. Oops. Yes, of course, I forgot to put the prehistoric scapula in, but oh, never mind. Here we want their duck feather. So all we now need is sunflower and red cabbage for that one. The cloth, I can never remember. I think that's the artisan bundle. And then obviously the winter route into the winter foraging bundle. So we can have a look and put those things in there as well, which will be nice and useful. So, okay, no, not the exotic foraging bundle, but we should be able to get there pretty soon. Okay, there's the winter foraging bundle, so all we need is a crocus for that. We're probably not going to find that in the mine, so that will likely need to wait until it actually gets to summer. So here we are with the artisan bundle, and that gives us, let's see, we need 2 more items. So basically we could theoretically buy ourselves an apple tree, because we all need 1 for here and 3 for one of the community centre bundles, and then that would also allow us to make the jelly for this one and the wine for the other one. So that is always an option for us, just get 1 single apple tree. I think we will see how we do on money, because obviously we have the difficulty where I think it's 4,000 gold for an apple tree, so we want 14,000 gold if we are going to do the house upgrade. And then we also want to make sure that we have the apple tree plant, or the apple sapling, planted by the 24th of summer, so it has 28 days to grow. So then we have the 25th, 26th, 27th and 28th to get apples, but then no, that wouldn't be enough time to have, because then we wouldn't get the apples for either the jam or the wine. Okay, so we'd need to have that done by the 22nd. So we have the 23rd goes to 1 bundle, 24th, 25th, 26th goes to a 2nd bundle, 27th becomes jam, 28th becomes wine. So okay, the 22nd is the absolute latest then. Ooh, red disc. Nice, nice, nice. Let's just see, is there anything down here? Not particularly. So we create our 1 bomb, then put that down there, retreat out of the way, and we have a couple of items all ready to use. Ah, great, another overflowing with monsters level. Thankfully this seems more manageable than the previous ones we all had. Okay. And that, yep. We just basically need to make sure we don't aggravate more than about 3 of them. So, there we go. Okay, that's 2. That's... There we go. Okay. Yep, we're essentially juggling them. And we've already got stairs down. That's interesting to see. Because that was apparently the last one anyway. So we can continue down and just have a very quick look around. We have a red mushroom over here. I think we've already got that for the foraging, exotic foraging bundle, but it can't hurt to get just another one just in case. If nothing else, it sells for a decent amount of money. A shadow monster and lava bat. So let's just get rid of you. There we go. And a gem node over here, so this could basically be anything. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, jade is alright, I guess. So get that. And you are going to attack us as soon as, yep. So, good. We're managing that fine. There's a lime green slime down there. That's an interesting colour. Can't really say I've necessarily seen that too much before. Okay, that's them defeated. So what are you going to drop, my friend? Probably nothing of... Well, I was going to say nothing of interest, but no, you did drop a tiny bit of gold ore, so that's interesting. And let's see, another red mushroom here. We have to make sure we obviously don't eat any of these because they are, I think, at least minus 50 health and energy. So if you eat one of those accidentally, that is no good. So this is going to pretty much be a level of find the stairs. But hopefully we'll be able to get down to level 90 without too much issue. And then if we get excessively lucky, maybe we can do a push for level 100. Okay, so we have some boxes and crates up here. Let's go through these quickly. Absolutely nothing worth going for. Shadow monster and rubies. And hit by that monster, unfortunately, but that will fade with a bit of time. And we can go for you. Okay, so we need to clear out a little bit of inventory space for that diamond. Not diamond, ruby. So fiber is pretty much the easiest one to get rid of. And fingers crossed we find the stairs quickly enough. And let's go through. And this would have been a good time to have a bit more iron, so I could have made a couple more bombs, but I always seem to really forget about bombs until it comes to a situation like this where we want to try and hurry down levels. So yeah, don't follow my advice on that. Make sure you always have plenty of explosives around that you can use to chop through large sections of stone like this. Okay, level 90. What do we have? Oh yes, the obsidian edge. I can keep forgetting about that. So we want to get rid of the slime and take that. And then we probably want to swap that with our bone sword because that is pretty much double the damage. It's a -1 speed, so it obviously won't be anywhere near as fast, but it does have a +5 crit chance and +10 crit power. Oh, this is our mushroom level by the looks of it. Okay, and we do have a need to eat a few things. So we will do that. Make sure we eat the bread as well. And the cola. Okay, so there's a purple mushroom. Yes, this definitely looks like it might be our mushroom level. So more red mushrooms than purple, but like I said, red mushrooms still get you a bit of money. There's absolutely nothing there. Purple mushroom. And find the stairs once again. Okay, so it is 7:20. We just want to keep an eye on things. We do have the minecarts unlocked now. Oh yes, I forgot that was the other thing that we did in the previous stream. We had the minecarts. So we can spend a little bit more time in the mine waiting to actually get down to a further level, and we won't have to worry too much about needing to get back to the farm in a decent amount of time because we can get there quicker than we had previously. And thankfully this is a nice mine level which has the stairs right at the end. Always nice when we encounter one of those. Okay, let's go for them and try... Oh, there we go, got you. Got you as well. We need to get rid of that probably for the gold bar because that is one thing I really do not want to give up. Get rid of the sap as well. Pick up the gold, purple mushroom and amethyst that we have here. See if there's anything in the crates. And then once again, do look for stairs. Oh, okay, that was enough iron for us to get another bomb. So what do we get rid of? The back wings. And then come back over here and just make sure. Okay, that is more than enough. Go. Some stairs and an Omni Geode. Level 94. And this is a big level, so we want to have a quick look around, see if there's any stairs that we can spot immediately, because wasting, or in inverted quotation marks, wasting a bit of time to find that is going to be a lot better than exhausting ourselves trying to find the stairs underneath one of these rocks. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we are going to have success in that case. So yes, rock time, 10 PM, and we are level 94. So I may try for a push to level 100 and just try and get us down, though we are very low on health and pretty low on energy as well. So we may be coming down to the wire for this. 895. Bit more iron. Okay, a couple of drops that we don't really want. That. And are you going to approach one at a time? Yes, you are. Okay, so that's a bit more coal, not necessarily what we need. I don't think we have the large bomb recipe unlocked, so we can't use the gold ore that we have to do that. Okay, it is midnight. And yeah, okay, basically we have no energy, no health, no chance we're going to get down 5 levels in 2 hours. So that's 10 levels that we've managed today. So if we go across to the bus stop, we can just see one of the Jojo Mart workers heading home. Yes, they do work very long hours. And we can come back, dump all of the stuff that we can into the shipping box. Quickly collate the items here as well. So ores and coal go there, and probably the geodes as well. And we have in here all of those items plus the ruby, which we can now put. Just double check in here. So we do want 1 purple mushroom for the community centre bundle, and probably we want to keep all 3 of those. Just double check on the red mushrooms, we're good for those. So selling all of those will get us 208, so 580, which is okay. And we have 2 items plus some geodes for Clint and the museum tomorrow. Let's go to sleep for the night. Okay, no skill up, unfortunately. Oh, 579 gold. And then we can see how things are. So another storm tomorrow. Fortune teller, spirits are in good humour. So let's go through, do our standard one. We have a perfumery and some honeysuckle seeds. Hey. Okay, and I swear we lost... Did this really look like this yesterday, or am I completely missing something? Oh, anyway, so we can put some honeysuckle down there, and then we can get the watering can back out. These geodes as well. Okay, radish is not quite ready. That is regular wild honey. Of course, with the fact that I went and like, oh no, okay, I remember it. Yes, because I did leave those gaps deliberately for the not watering can sprinklers. Gosh, confused myself. Confused myself between this game and the one that I tested out earlier today. Okay, so we are as we should be. It's all good. I'm not forgetting anything. Thankfully. Hey. So we can go through here and have a look at some things and just make sure that, yep, we have all of our crops adequately watered before we head down to the mines, because it is another good luck day and we might be able to get there a bit sooner. We will reserve taking the items for the museum and the geodes for I think tomorrow. Tomorrow sounds good. So also watered the new honeysuckle plants that we got. So then we can go here and then do a bit more here, and that is done for the day. That's good. We fill it before we put it back, just so that we have a fully fully full watering can. It's a bit strange sounding, but you know what I mean. So anyway, the geodes back in, and probably sell those peppers and that honey. Put the pepper itself back in here. Or did we not? Okay, apparently I didn't store them in there. Nor there. Okay, that was a different game again. I am getting things really confused at the moment. But anyway, 9:10. Let's head up north and go to the mines. So 5 levels, we should be able to accomplish that without much difficulty. And then we will want also... Oh, red mushroom. Wasn't expecting that to be there. So we want to go down obviously a minimum of 5 levels. And then beyond that, I think we will just see where we are. Because if it takes us a while to find the stairs, despite this being a good luck day, then 5 may be where we just end up accomplishing. But if we manage to get further, then that will be nice. So we can come down here once again and quickly check down here and make sure there's nothing. Oh, there's an artifact spot with an ancient seed. So that is the second ancient seed we found in this game. Oh, and there's another one there. I'm going to say, are we going to be lucky enough for another ancient seed? No, it's just an amphibian fossil. But I am so glad I went down to have a look at that, because that is our second ancient fruit. That is going to be nice. So anyway, level 95. And there's a lot more enemies here this time. And unfortunately we don't have any food. Well, aside from that white algae that we just got. Okay, and in terms of stairs, there are no easily accessible ones. So we'll just cut down through these rocks that we've got. Probably keep those mixed seeds for next season, just so we have a nice start without having to buy anything. Or at least not buy too much anyway. But by the time summer's over, we should have an absolute load of money, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then in fall/autumn, we can focus on those cranberries and a couple of other crops. And if I manage to get some decent headway towards the community centre bundle with the... Whoa! Okay, that fire was quite close. Got attacked by those ones, but we can get you and head out of the way, because we have been injured, and we do also have hermit crab. Okay, I am just going for the stairs, because those those appeared when we managed to defeat one of the enemies, but that was slightly nerve-wracking. Oh, Okay, come here, come here. Okay, level 97 is another mushroom level. And we do have some stairs up here, but once again, I'm going to go through and grab as many of the mushrooms as we can, especially as there are a lot of purple ones in this one, and I can see some second set of stairs. So let's go through, grab those. Oh, goodness, we may be able to get a decent amount of money from this lot. Another slime we can defeat. It stops hiding behind a rock anyway. Another shadow summoner. And yes, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to need to have to remember this and come back here to this tomorrow. So that will be level 96. And that will just be obviously go to level 95 on the elevator and then just head down one level. Okay, so that is another one. And another lime green slime. So are you going to drop another gold? Nope, unfortunately not. And I can see some stairs down, but I can also see a bit of the level we've not actually checked yet. Nothing interesting. One cave carrot and a couple of gold ore veins. Okay, so we desperately need to eat. So we have a gold purple mushroom, plus 225 energy and plus 101 health. So yes, thank you very much. That will be good. And then we can continue through. Unfortunately, we've hit one of the circular mine levels, which means it's going to take absolutely forever to get around. And on level 99 as well, so that is a slight aggravation. But we may get lucky and find some stairs earlier than the centre. We'll just have to cross our fingers and wait, because I don't think we have anywhere near enough rock to actually get a staircase down. And we also have the mist and bats squeaking at us. Now, of course, speaking of bats and squeaks, I think I always feel guilty when I play Terraria and we have the tiny little bats squeaking at you when you defeat them. It's just, or it seems like such a cute little sound, but I know that they are like pretty nasty in terms of being able to injure you, especially if you manage to go into the jungle area like long before you're really properly prepared for it all. Okay, that bat just dropped a bomb, so if I can find a tiny bit. Okay, apparently we picked up a weapon, a burglar's shank, level 4 dagger, so that is woefully underpowered for us. But anyway, I've picked up the bomb that one of those bats managed to drop. Get a bit of gold ore, which yeah, I will pick up once again. Get through one of the boxes, and there's another bat there, so pause and defeat them quickly. And it's 5:20 in the game, and we are about halfway through the spiral, so I am hoping that we are able to find the stairs on this reasonably quickly. But we do have a bunch of boxes and containers in the centre, so basically put the bomb there, break them all open, hope we get the stairs somewhere, and then we can get to level 100. Where do we want to put this for best effect? Probably admittedly right there. Get out the way. And that gives us a bunch of things. Sadly only some of them appear to be usable, so we will eat the white algae we have. And then negotiate through what we have. So regular wood, nope, we can do without that. Quartz, nope, we can do without that. Dark boots, +4 defense but +2 immunity. Compared to the Firewalker boots, +3 defense, +3 immunity, sells for the same price. We have plenty of coal, so we can probably get rid of that. Same with the copper ores. And yeah, we'll get rid of the cave carrot as well. So we have genie shoes, +1 defense, but +6 immunity. Sadly, no stairs revealed. So we have to play Hunt the Stairs, and 7 p.m. we have a full bag, and I'm not quite sure if we are going to really be able to get down to level or below level 100, unfortunately, especially as if this is going to take as long as it is. This is slightly aggravating. Okay, so get the sword out. And I may actually be tempted by those genie shoes because of the +6 immunity, and then or obviously buff up defense with foods and whatnot, just because that is an option. And I'm actually liking in this playthrough having the ring that cuts the buffs in half. That's actually been a lot more useful than I realised, because I haven't actually... I think I actually have managed to pass out because I've run out of health, but I think that's only been once, which has been exceedingly surprising to me. Okay, so anyway, we have this going through. Yes, this is going to take us forever to get the stairs, isn't it? Okay. Still, we will reach level 100, and that will be a good boost to us going forwards. How many? Okay, we only have 37 stone. We're not even anywhere near getting the 99 we need for some stairs, so forget that. Aye. Well, I suppose the one thing is that this is slowly building up our pickaxe skill. Is that some stairs there? Nope, that is not. Okay, sweet pea gives us nothing in terms of energy, and I really don't want to eat a mushroom just for that. Okay, we're gonna have to eat a mushroom. Thankfully we've got a load of regular purple ones, so although that is 250 gold gone, that is enough energy to... And of course the next set of stairs, the next rock I hit, gives us all of the stairs. So what's this? Something in the chest that we immediately eat. Loads of music and sparkles around. So, you found a star drop. Your mind is filled with thoughts of curry. Your maximum energy level has increased. So yes, we now have 304 energy and 950. I think it is time for us to head back home. So nothing too major that we have there, but we do have that new little ancient seed. So because we found one earlier in our game, we don't actually need to take it to the museum. We just have the recipe, which we can create, plant that down, and basically make sure that that is right in the area where, yep, that will be protected against any kind of crows. So we've put that basically above where the other one was, around the sprinkler system, and that will ensure that that gets continuously watered and we don't have to worry about it. And can we actually craft the basic fertilizer speed grow with pine tar and clam? Can't actually remember if we have any of those. Let's just have a quick look. Yes we do. Okay, so let's go back and give that a little boost. So that will be 10% faster growing. So that will mean only like about 3 days, but for something like the ancient fruits, that will be a major benefit. So we have some more purple mushrooms that we can store. Actually take the bait out of there and put the silver mushroom up. And we also probably want to get on to that fish pond at some point. So anyway, we can put all of these, well, some of them up here anyway. So amphibious fossil, yes. And the genie shoes. I think the dark boots we'll probably sell, but we need to obviously have that in our inventory when we go past the Adventurers Guild. So it's 11:20 p.m. So let's head inside. Say goodnight to our kitty Fluff. Go to sleep. Level 6 combat. So we now have a slime egg press and we can craft oil of garlic. So how much money did that get us? A smidge over 1,000 gold. So day 7 of summer. This is now Sunday. It's thunder and lightning. Say hello to our kitty. And let's see for tomorrow. Beautiful sunny day. Fortune teller. Spirits are very displeased. Okay, so we're going to be going fishing. And the recipe we learned for today is baked fish. So let's just have a look. So yes, okay, we do have some trout soup that we can take with us. And what else? Doesn't look like it. So we have 9 seaweed and 6 algae. So it might be worth going down to the beach if our cat gets out of the way. So obviously we have that. We can take the one bit of bait that we have. What else can we probably take? Well, seeing as we've got a few new weapons, so we want to take the lead rod, the dark boots, yes, probably sell the shadow daggers. That is worth 900 gold. That would be a nice bonus to us. And anything else that we can necessarily sell doesn't look like too much there. Another potted flower crafting recipe, some more coffee beans, and some radishes ready to harvest. So we'll grab all of those. Anything else? That looks like about it. Okay, so once again, let's put our main weapon back into the chest and figure out where I put that fishing rod, which should be over here. Yep, there we go. Fishing rod. And then things to donate and geodes to crack open. Okay, so not enough copper or iron ore to make a bomb, but we can have a quick look. Okay, nothing in the fruit bat cave. Go over to our quarry quickly. Pretty much the same as we left it last time. But what we can do, okay, yep, there we go. We've got a piece of coal there. So that is, there we go, 4 pieces of copper. That gives us a little cherry bomb. So if we plant that there, that will break all of those bits. Did we get any more? No, unfortunately no extra coal for that, but we can go through, break all the other rocks. Just do this quickly, and if we do find a bit more coal, we can make another tiny little cherry bomb like that. So there we go. Whoops, did not mean to mute everything. Oh, actually make a regular bomb that has a larger blast radius, so we can put that on there. And then we can come back. Oh, look at all that stuff we got. That is good. And then, okay, we still need 1 bit of coal. Okay. So let's just crack our way through. Oh, there we go. 1 last bit of coal. So 1 last regular bomb, which once again we will put there. Gather up all the items. That is so lovely to see. That is always lovely to see. And then just clear out this little area. Seeing as we have gotten to level 100 of the mines now, this should, our little home quarry, should start generating for us some of the better geodes and better ores. I don't think we'll have quite iridium ores yet, but something like that when we have essentially a bad day is going to be better than nothing. And I am just double checking all the items that we've got. So that looks good. We shall store the other coffee beans in there. So we've got 30. And head down to the travelling merchant. So from there, once again, we will probably let's actually just see. So we want the fish tank. So lake fish is sturgeon. Okay, so we can't get that, so there's no point actually fishing in the lake by the travelling merchant, because the sturgeon won't actually show up until autumn. So we can go fish in the sea, fish in the river, and then probably head up to the Adventurers Guild. Okay, pine tar. Do we need that? Complete breakfast. We could buy that and give that to Alex and bump up his thoughts on us. Cactus fruit. No, I think we need a coconut and then regular mayonnaise. So obviously we want to check. Okay, nope. Mayonnaise does not count in that, nor does it count in the animal bundle. The crossroom, exotic foraging bundle. Okay, yes, we do need a cactus fruit. Or a purple mushroom. So, how much is that cactus going for? Or the pine tar? Bulletin board. Enchanter's bundle, you want the oak resin. Okay. So, pine tar is 500, cactus fruit is 400, or a purple mushroom, which we already have, is free. So we will choose the free option. And we will get that. So that would actually be not the artisan bundle, the exotic foraging bundle. So yep, we could do that pretty much right away. The vault is just pure money. Bulletin board. Okay, we don't have any of those items. Need to probably pick up a sunflower. Okay, so we'd need a second purple mushroom for that. And okay, yeah, so if we basically go back up, pick up 2 purple mushrooms, take them across to the to the bundles, community center bundles, and we can fulfill those 2 items before we forget about them. And then from there, go fishing in the river, get a few items there, head up to the Adventurers Guild, sell off some of the items, and then we can see how things are for the end of the day. So this, fingers crossed, should be a decent chunk of money. And unfortunately the forageables that were here are no longer here. So we want the town. Cross over. Okay, I did remember the geodes. So we can process these. Let's see if there's anything additional we can donate to the museum, or anything that would be of general use. Ooh, lemon stone. I love the look of that. That just seems so gorgeous. Basalt, fire quartz, another basalt, more stone, bit of coal, tiger eye. That is gorgeous as well. And a pink one, which I can never remember, dolomite. Fairy stone. And 1 singular copper ore. Oh, okay. Let's see how much of that we can donate to the museum. See if there's anything in the trash cans that is of use to us. Okay, so donate. What can we donate? Oh, okay, we can actually donate a fire quartz. I wasn't where we could do that. But anyway, that probably needs to go there and actually swap those around, just because I need it to be in some kind of order. So yes, quite a lot of various gems and rocks that we can donate. So only, unfortunately, only one additional record. And yeah, okay, none of those items that I want. So that cost us near enough 300 gold to crack open all of those geodes. Thankfully we can come back in here and basically sell it back. So 250, 175, so that's 225. And okay, those are the only ones we can get, but that gives us a slight net positive. It's always good to see. And then back into the main part of town across the bridge, scavenge through a few trash cans as we go up to Pierre's. Okay, nothing there. I think that might be Shane coming down in the rain. And there goes Pam. Up into Pierre's. Say hello to a couple of people here. So Victor, Abigail. Pretend you just want a free vacation. Where would you go? So let's go in the old gnarled forest. Say hello to Caroline. And finally get back up to Pierre's and sell him the radishes that we harvested. So we also wanted, didn't we, to get a few sunflowers. So we'll grab 3 seeds of that. I can't actually remember if we had any hops either, so we'll grab some of those as well. Now, excuse me. Okay, we still have 10 speed grow available. And how much is an apple sapling? That is 4,000 gold indeed. So yes, I think we will leave that as it is. And also, we did want to quickly pop up to the mines because it should be level 96 or maybe level 90 and level 96 for some more mushrooms. So bulletin board, not the enchanter's bundle, the field research bundle, and then the Nautilus shell, which I think is a winter item. And then come back over, we want the exotic foraging bundle, so that is in the pantry. Yep, there we go. So that is now complete. Always nice to see. So our reward for that is Autumn's Bounty, which is going to be brilliant when we get into the cave or into the mines, because that is going to be a little boost to us without actually having to pay anything for that. So come back down into town. We will go to the saloon. Gosh, I keep on calling it a salon. No, it's the saloon. So, hi Gus, what's your dish of the day? It is tom kha soup. It gives +2 farming and +13 max energy. I think we could probably do without that. And where else did we want to go? Back across the bridge to the minecart so we can go up to the mine. Hopefully grab a few more mushrooms, come back down to the Adventurers Guild, sell the items that we have in our inventory, and yeah, that will probably be it aside from a bit of fishing. So I want to have a look at level 90 or 91. I can't quite, whoops, nope, oh, I forgot we don't have a weapon, Okay, so get out of there. So yes, we want to leave the mine and we want to go to level 95. Okay, this was not actually a smart idea, so let's just go. Let's just go. That was not a smart idea. Okay, so anyway, into the Adventurers Guild. And sell off. Let's see. So yes, the Burglar's Shank, the Lead Rod, the Dark Boots, and the Shadow Dagger for 900. And that just tips us over to the Cowpoke achievement of earn 50,000. So do you have anything new? Seeing as we got down to level 100, it doesn't look like it. There is a Steel Falchion, but that is, well, the only thing that is really a lot better on is speed, but I'm not paying 9,000 for that when we already have a couple of perfectly good, perfectly capable weapons of our own. So let's just head back into the mine so we can get the minecart back into town. And then head down to the river for a quick bit of fishing here. So yes, let's just... Where do we want to go? Where is the best place to fish? Just trying to remember, because I know there are good and bad places for this. So if we come over to the far left, where we have all the dark parts of the water, so we can start fishing there. And of course, absolutely nothing. Oh, I was going to say absolutely nothing bites, and then we got a bite, and it was a bit of driftwood. So the good news is we are only about 2,400 gold away from getting our first house extension. We need, I can't remember if it's 450 or 550 wood, but I'm pretty sure we've got all of that with no issue. So hopefully we might be able to sell a few things and maybe sell a diamond or two if we absolutely need to, and then get to that 10,000 for Monday. And then we can get our house built. Or, well, get our extension, our first extension constructed. Okay, so thunder and lightning, thankfully not being too loud and obnoxious like it can be in some other games. Like, the sound balance for those can be really, really off. But let's just wait for fish to bite. We can come through here. Let's just have a look. A perfect catch of a shad, which I think is one we need for the community centre. We are almost at level 6 fishing anyway. It would be nice if we were able to get up to level 7, but that's not going to happen. That never seems to happen soon enough. Always takes a while. Yeah. I don't think your daily luck impacts how quickly fish bite. I think what it does impact is your odds of getting treasure chests and subsequently the odds of something good being a treasure chest. But I mean, I've never checked it that stringently myself, and I've never really looked on the Stardew wiki for it anyway. But, you know, it's no issue. It just means that there's a longer time between bites. A bream. Okay, yes, it has gone 6 o'clock. Right. Wasn't expecting it to be quite that late in the game. So next fish or next bite that we get, we'll pull our rod back and have a look to see what other fish we need for the community centre bundle. It's obviously raining during summer. You potentially get some fish that you wouldn't otherwise, and this one is slippery. Some fish that you may not otherwise get, so it's always good to make sure that you go fishing at least once when it's raining and once when it is more... Oh, once when it's sunny and once when it's raining. Okay, yes, so we do need a shad, the community centre. So catfish, shad, tiger trout. The night fishing bundle, we need a walleye, which I can't remember where we get that from. The lake fishing, which I already said, we need a sturgeon. Okay, so red snapper and tilapia. And then the wood skip, which we just can't get anyway. So let's go to the beach for a bit of foraging and fishing there, and then we will head back to the farmhouse for the night. See if we can sell some things to get up to that magical 10,000 gold. And then see where we can go from there. Okay, so doesn't look like there's too much around to forage, unfortunately. Yeah, oh my goodness, okay, absolutely nothing. I wasn't expecting that. That's quite interesting for me. We do have a small artifact spot, so let's go for that. Just some rock. And then back down to where the crab pots are and just see if there's anything interesting to grab from here. Not overly, but we can get the driftwood that we picked up and put that in. So you only have 3 bits of bait left. So that's going to need refreshing in a bit. Probably once again we will get some from Willie on Monday, just outright buying it. And let's just have a bit of fishing into the ocean and see if we catch anything of interest. Also need to remember that we do have a few things that we need to plant when we get back to our farm as well. So first fight in the ocean gets us some broken glaciers. Not necessarily what we really want to see. Doesn't seem to be anything else. No, nope, okay. Oh, nope, just some cola. Just some Joja Cola. I want to try and catch at least 1 fish here in the ocean while it's raining. I may need to have a look at where the walleye is available, but I get the feeling that that's another autumn fish. I think that might be another autumn fish when it's raining in the river, obviously. And I completely missed that fish. Never mind. That is a broken CD. Oh, we're getting all the good stuff today. We are getting all the good stuff today. So put another cast out. And once again, kind of waiting. And oh, there we go. Actual fish this time. Oh, okay, so this one's being a slight bit unpredictable for me, but we've got it now. It's a halibut. Okay, not really worth bothering with. So we will just put the glasses and the broken CD into there. I don't think there is anything else. Grab the wood, coal and torch and then just head back home. Got plenty of times, 10:30 or 10:40 technically, it just ticked over. And yeah, not too happy about what we managed to catch and find today, not too happy about that. Is the saloon still open? Yes, actually, at almost 11 o'clock you are. Okay, we did have a check and it was Tom Carr soup, I couldn't quite remember. But always worth double checking than not checking at all. So we can head back home, plant our hops and sunflowers. Make sure we actually keep the sunflowers out of reach of the beehive, because I'm not quite sure what determines whether it uses one item or a different one. So we will put those, okay, there we go. So we will put those in some of these vacated spots. And then the hops. Yeah, okay, that's slightly awkward, but that will do. Put all of those in. The torch, pike, and bream we can put in. The halibut as well. And that is definitely not going to get us up to 10,000. So what else can we grab? Well, first, probably just sort out all of our items. Okay, the cockle and the mussels we can probably put in as well. We can put in 1 shad. The Joja Cola as well can go back in for storage. So, do we actually have anything that is like massively worth a lot? Like the spring seeds, 300 of those sell for 1,050. Hey, that is quite a lot. And the summer seeds sell for 1,650. Okay, I wasn't quite aware of how valuable those were. But I think we will probably go, let's see. How many of these do we have? We could probably do 1 jade, 1 diamond, 1 emerald, 1 amethyst. And that would give us 950, 1,200, 1,300. And then other than that, okay, we've only got 2 rubies. Yeah, okay, let's just chuck those gems in. Try and bump us over the edge a little bit. And just double check how much wood we have, which is, where is it? 602. Okay, I'm pretty confident we have more than enough. Did we say hello to you today? We did indeed, so let's go to bed. And fingers crossed. Okay, fishing rod proficiency, spinner and trap bobber. We needed 2,400. Dang it, 2,294. Almost. 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 Look at that. That is 84 gold we need. Okay, weather forecast for tomorrow, another storm. So fortune teller, spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed, so we will go fishing. So living off the land, and you are just talking about corn. Okay. But, right. So I was definitely correct in saying that the items that we had yesterday were not going to be enough. So we will grab our watering can. Those items are all watered anyway. And we will get to watering all of our plants. Oh, it helps if I don't get stuck on things. So we should start actually getting some money from all of these as well. I can see a few things which are starting to come through. We should have some of the honeysuckle. And maybe, okay, no, the tomatoes don't quite look like they're ready. And the blueberries are going to also be, will take a bit of time. But the first of our ancient fruits is looking good. We won't be able to get anywhere near level 9 growing unless we suddenly decide to change course and figure that we need to start growing a whole lot more. But I'm always a bit hesitant about that because we want to make sure that we strike a good balance of what we need to grow and what we have the capabilities and energy to grow. But seeing we may have an opportunity in the very near future, because we are going to reach the bottom of the mine soon. We are not going to have enough money to upgrade the bus route just yet, and so we will have loads and loads of time available to dedicate to some farming. And of course, speaking of the mine, we should probably have a quick look in our personal quarry just to make sure that there's nothing that is too exciting there, just in case. Okay, nothing in the fruit bat cave either. And let's just have a look. Okay, so there is just a couple of items, so we can come through here, clear it out pretty quickly. Okay, and just double checking, it is Monday. So we may have to go scavenging for a few things just so we can get to that 10,000 gold for our house upgrade, because I really want to get it started today. Can't quite remember where we have the summer festivals, and would obviously prefer the house upgrade started sooner rather than later. Oh geez, that gold vein took an awful lot to actually get through. So by the time we upgrade or / unlock the bus route, I probably want to make sure that we have the pickaxe at least at silver level, because we are going to need the upgrade options, and then I think we probably want the axe similarly upgraded, though we are going to want that upgraded by the beginning of autumn preferably, just in case we are unable to find a wood skip from the travelling merchant. So what can we put in here? All of that. That's frozen geode, and we want to take all of the wood we have, put that back there, and I think that actually, why have I got those coffee beans? I thought I said I was going to sell those. They're going to obviously need to be sold rather than obviously kept for growing or coffee, as it makes no difference. Thankfully that's a 54 and 66, that's 120 gold, so that is going to be the right amount that we have. That will tip us over to get that house upgrade. Unfortunately, it also means we are going to be absolutely broke, but it will do us good in the long run. But yeah, when I say we're going to be broke, we are going to be broke. That is going to be 36 gold we are left over with. Hello, Abigail. Just basically saying hello to all of the people as we pass them by. And then we can head up to Robin's house and get that house upgrade started. So, admittedly, there is part of me thinking that this may be a bit, not counterproductive, but a bit premature, because we don't necessarily have the facilities to start growing and producing necessarily all of the things we need for the food, but I'm going to go for it. So, I can increase the size of your house and add a kitchen. It will cost 10,000 gold, and you'll also need to provide me with 450 pieces of wood. Are you interested? Yep. So, thank you. I'll get started tomorrow. I should be finished in about 3 days. So there we go, that's done, and we can head back down into town and do a bit of river fishing. So we will probably actually stick quite close to where the community centre is and go fishing up the river north and just see what we get. Oh, there we go, our first hit. My apologies, I was taking a quick drink. But I do like how the seasonal villager outfits look, because you can tell who they are, but they still have like their own individual looks and clothing choices, but they have things that obviously change over the seasons. Like we saw Abigail up there with a baseball cap, and then we've got Penny just below us in a nice little sundress and hat. And obviously they are still recognisable as those characters. It just adds a bit of difference. So speaking of that, I should probably have a look at getting myself some lighter weather for the summer, and then maybe also something a bit warmer for winter, and that will unfortunately require me going to the Wikipedia, as I cannot remember what items make what clothing at all. And I would much prefer having to look at that and decide than putting random stuff in the sewing machine and trying to figure out if it's something that I want or not. And of course, with the romance options, I'm also probably going to want to make myself a nice little fancy dress of some kind. And yep, like I was saying, there goes Maru, t-shirt, jeans, and a jacket. Hey there, Line Shark. Yeah, stream looks good. Yeah, thankfully, I figured out the problem. It was the virtual avatar software I used. I wasn't the only person having a problem, and there was an update that dropped about 7 hours ago, or at least it downloaded to my system 7 hours ago. So I did a bit of a trial run and checked, and it all worked fine. So yes, thankfully I'm now back up to how it should be, 60 frames a second. Let me actually just get this fish quickly because it's being a bit slippery, and we also need that treasure chest. Okay, there we go, get the treasure chest. Okay, you are definitely being a slippery customer today. If we were by the ocean, I'd joke that you were an eel. Okay, there we go, got it. Okay, so that's a pike. So yeah, 60 frames a second, 1.1 milliseconds to render a frame, which is 1/200th of the time that was happening yesterday. And we have a total of 27 frames missed due to rendering lag and 41 frames skipped due to encoding lag, which both register as 0.0%. Blind Shark probably had a memory leak or something. Yeah, most probably. I mean, I'm not technical at all, so basically the best I can do is go, it's like, okay, this is a problem. This is what happens when XYZ occurs. Can you fix it? So yes, thankfully everything worked out okay in the end, and I'm probably going to be streaming for another 2 hours, give or take about 15 minutes. So we've got a decent amount of time to spend in Stardew Valley. And as you can see here, I'm just doing a bit of river fishing. We still have a few things that we want for the Fish Tank Community Centre bundle, and we're at the point where I can't actually remember if some of the fish we need are available in summer or not. But unfortunately, you also missed us getting down to level 100 of the mines. So we got there, we got our first star drop. That's expanded our energy a little bit. And the next one is going to be at the festival in autumn, though I will need to also remember to get ourselves a rare seed before then. Yeah, I'm aware of what a memory leak is. I just have no technical skills in terms of what you would actually need to do to be able to fix that. Like, programming and that such is not my forte at all. So ask me about the time I went to the finals exam for my programming class and I had chickenpox. Ask me about that. Ask me what happened. So anyway, we've picked up a few new fish, so I'll just go and check. I think the only one that we need to put in the community centre is the one that we caught the previous day, but it can't hurt just to make sure. So yeah, what happened was let's see, so we want the shad there, so catfish and tiger trout. Pretty sure tiger trout is the autumn one. So it was first year university and programming was like my first final exam. So the night before, is I'm staying over at my husband's house, although he was my boyfriend naturally at the time, and he doesn't say it, but he thinks to himself at the time, it's like, oh, she's like, positron's running a bit hot, I wonder what's happening there. Doesn't think much of it. So I go into the exam, have a massive headache, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I've also got like all of these really itchy spots like on my body, and oh, okay, that's not good. I just managed to exhaust myself. So it's like all of these itchy spots, and I'm just like sitting there thinking, it's like, okay, these are being like really itchy and bursting really easily when I scratch them. What is going on? So managed to get an emergency appointment with the like university linked medical centre and the GP service. They basically take one look at me, go, yeah, it's chickenpox. And what ended up happening was, because no one wanted to sit in and invigilate me in the exam room, I basically had an extra 2 months to study, and I got to sit all of my exams at the end of August instead of in June. So yeah, or when I say like the university linked medical set or medical facilities, it is one that, at least when I was at university, it only took in students from that university. But yeah, so essentially I did the programming exam. I managed to pass the class somehow. Somehow. So got 60% on that, and then I had 2 extra months to revise for all the rest of my exams, and took them basically when everyone else had their retakes. And of course, since those were technically classed as the first time I would have taken the exam, if I wanted to retake anything, that would have had to be at the summer the following year, which meant I would have technically had to have a summer out, oh, a year out of university. So that was fun. And of course, my husband is like, I told him about it. It's kind of like, okay, I'm pretty sure I have had chickenpox before, so he can like come around and make sure everything's okay. But other than that, yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, in the US, yeah, you say you study for tests, we say revision. And also, it's something that's more associated with like the posh universities like Oxford and Cambridge, but you don't say like you're going to university to study, say, engineering. You're going to university to read engineering or read politics. It's just one of those slightly archaic things. Okay, saying hello to our cat. It is raining today, and it's also going to be raining tomorrow, so that's nice. So the Oracle spirits feel neutral today, so we can go back to a bit of fishing. And there is Robin upgrading our house. And Willie has finally got the new rods in stock. Quality fertilizer, so I think we will just store that. And yeah, like that is really different. It was quite odd because my parents like would and like family friends that were about the same age would kind of always ask me, it's like, oh, what are you reading at university? And I'd just be there with a utterly confused look on my face. Like, what? What am I reading? And then they explained it, and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's just one of those weird things that the older generation does. Okay, so we've got a lot of coffee beans around. We may need to actually get a cask done at some point. I'll read my chemistry book. Yes, that is what it felt like. It was kind of like, well, I mean, I'm reading my programming textbook. I'm reading like a specific book. It's like, oh no, no, no. What are you like actually studying? What's your degree going to be in? Like, oh, that. Okay. Right, so I completely lost track of what I was going to do. Ah, yes, kegs. I don't think we actually have the ability to make any kegs at the moment. Nope, I can't seem to see any of them. So we've got a perfumery, but we will need 20 hardwood for that, which naturally requires that we upgrade our axe a bit. And anything else that looks interesting? Nope. Okay, so our next task is probably going to thus be ensuring. I'm really hoping some of my crops here survive, especially the ancient fruits. Oh yes, we found a second ancient seed as well. We found a second ancient seed. So that got planted up with a bit of a speed grow fertilizer. So we will hopefully have a second one of those not too distant. We also have a couple of amethysts have spawned in here. I'll just clear out this bottom section first. And then, like I said, probably go fishing. Probably head down to the ocean and fish there. Get some more bait for our crab pots. And decide between the iridium rod and buying an apple tree. Yeah, so... Oh, trashy Wi-Fi. Yeah, I feel your pain. Like, I'm on like some super fancy fiber broadband now. We've had it for a good number of years, but I remember still living at my parents' house, and we had like internet that was essentially, well, it was, no, essentially it was a 2 meg download speed. So trying to do anything on that was absolutely horrific. So I used to get to the point where like I would spend my time setting up games to download and just leaving it and then backing them up on my computer, because getting them from the backup and installing them back onto Steam was a lot faster than waiting for it to all download. And nowadays, yeah, I think I can download, I think it's 1 GB an hour. So I just don't do that anymore. It's really lucky. And we've got similar upload speed as well. And Marlon wants an octopus? Hell no. I have got one octopus available, and that is basically going to stay in the chest until I get a fish pond for it to live in. Like, the ISP always tells me you need to feed a new wire, requires you to go through your foundation. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like they tell you this and it sounds like it's all really simple, but no, actually it requires you to do a bit of home engineering and construction yourself, and it's just, yeah, I'll just live with my system as it is for now, thank you very much. Anyway, is there anything on the beach today? Doesn't look like it. So where has all the forageable stuff gone? Well, there's some stuff over here, but not too much. Hey, I'm just wondering if I'm missing something, or it's just being, or just the random forage thing isn't really setting anything to be foraged. But anyway, into Willie's shop, and then we can quickly sell those items. Get ourselves a bunch more bait. 120 should do for now. And let's have a look. So that iridium rod, okay, that's more than I remember it being, 7,500. But we can go back up here to our crab pots, put all of that bait that we've just bought in it, and we have a couple of other things, and get back to fishing. So we obviously have very little energy after I accidentally forgot how low it was. So we can quickly chug down the Joja Cola and 1 trout soup to get us a bit of energy and a boost to our fishing. And see how many things we can catch today. Like, nobody in my house has the motivation to get an electrician, especially since my dad's always like, I know a guy. Oh yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, the one person that's like, yeah, parents know, and they like come by, do the job for quick, do it for cheap, and you're always a little bit kind of, are you sure they're fully qualified to do this? So we did have one incident with our washing machine once, and it just completely broke down. I specifically had a look at getting a repair person in, and I can't remember how much it cost, but I think it was like easily £300-400. So my husband went, like, okay, it costs us about 200 to get the spare part. We'll order it, I'll look it up online, and we'll see if we can try and fix it ourselves. Problem was apparently that we had just a load of lint in the waste pipe. So basically, as soon as we dragged that out, everything was fine. Didn't even need the spare part. So that was all thankfully very nicely fixed. And now the question is, can we get to level 7 fishing today? / can we get a bunch of money together to start upgrading some of our other tools? Oh, okay, that is a lively one. You are a lively one. What are you today then? They just keep you in line. Bit annoying when they start jerking around randomly like that. No, no, stay, stay. Stay. Be nice, be nice. Come on, be nice, please. Okay. Come on. Okay, I don't want to say anything, so I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. There we go, got it. Okay, a starfish. That would explain why that was a bit tricky, because they are quite a tricky little fish to get. I can never remember if they're actually really used for anything. All I remember is like pufferfish, they have negative energy not requirements, but they will deplete your energy if you accidentally eat them. Okay, there's that little red snapper. I'm just going to take a moment to have a quick look and see. So Stardew Valley Wiki, and let's check for the starfish. Or is that actually something that... Okay, that might be Stardew Valley Expanded. Okay, so let's have a look at that. No, I don't want to search in marks, I just want to search for that. Okay, there we go, the fandom wiki. So starfish. Okay, yes, that is one that's added in with Stardew Valley Expanded. Okay. That would explain why it's not needed for anything. Okay. So in my neighborhood don't even have access to fiber. Like Verizon, FiOS for New York, Xfinity pay for 600 megs Wi-Fi. Lucky if you could get 200. Ooh. And consider downgrading the Wi-Fi. Sometimes that's more expensive because they have bundles, like ridiculous bundles. Yeah, I can understand that. We're lucky where we are because we actually have what's called fiber to the building. So it is fiber from the internet provider all the way up to our building, but we can only get that because we're in an apartment complex. So there's loads of people that they can sell it to in this just small square footage. But aside from the Nintendo Switch slash, well, I'll just say the games consoles. Aside from the games consoles that we have, everything that runs off the internet uses an Ethernet cable. So we all have the fixed connection all the time, and we don't have to worry about wireless. Okay, I thought I just saw a few fishing bubbles, but apparently not. And yeah, I know what you mean about the ridiculous bundles. We chose not to renew ours when it came to an end, and we're just on a month-to-month basis. Yeah. Or we have what tends to be standard is like they say that they're upgrading the fiber connectivity across the country, but what that actually means is we're doing fiber connections to all of the cabinets that you have, but then it's still copper wiring down to the houses, which obviously means the further you are from a cabinet, the worse your like internet capabilities are. So whenever we move from our apartment complex, it's going to be a bit of an issue because we're going to probably want to check places out for fiber connectivity because we have been spoilt where we are. We have been seriously spoilt. Okay, so we seem to be doing okay here in terms of fishing, and I should probably sell a couple of excess that we have. Okay, so we definitely want the red snapper, goes into the community centre bundle, as does the tilapia, but all the others can just be sold for extra money. And I just saw Sebastian there. I just saw Sebastian deciding to hang out on the beach while it's raining in swimwear. That is not smart, Sebastian. So your family isn't on contract, so you could ditch any time, but the only alternative is Frontier. Yeah, I barely know anything about your internet providers in the US. As like all I know is like some of the major ones like AT&T, they have a monopoly in some areas. So it's like basically you don't have an option, it's them or no one. Yeah, that is seriously not a smart thing to do. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at Sebastian because okay, whatever you want, dude. Whatever goes for you. Okay, so this is a pretty gentle fish, all things considered. Okay, another flounder, so I'm definitely going to be keeping that in the chest for a fish pond because flounder and squid ink and something else I think makes seafoam pudding, which is like one of the best things that you can get to bump up your fishing skill. And yeah, basically it's like internet provider things are hell. Yeah, I can understand that. Ugh. Yeah, and it's in the UK at least, it's even worse if you're in an older area because newer places they do tend to be pretty good in terms of getting fiber connectivity up and running. But my parents' place where I used to live, I think that was built in like the 1930s, or at least it has the style of a house built in the 1930s. So yeah, bad copper wiring everywhere. Ouch. $260 a month for cable, landline, and Wi-Fi. Oh my goodness. Um, well, okay. For home broadband, for me, we pay, I think it's £37 a month. So that's about 45 to $48 roughly. And that is the, or internet broadband. So that's 150 megs up and 150 megs download speed. My mobile phone, I bought that outright, so I just have a contract £6 a month, so about $8.50, $9 for unlimited texts, unlimited calls, and 100 megs of data. But you know, I'm not out the house practically at all. And then my husband does have a phone which is on contract. Can't quite remember what make and model it is, but that's like another £35 for probably again unlimited texts, unlimited calls, and 20 gigs of data. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we can get in the UK. And that phone is like the Samsung S10 or something like that, like pretty new. But yeah, I knew costs for internet in the US were bad, but I wasn't aware it was quite that bad. Oof. Oh, yeah, no wonder why you guys have a problem with all your internet providers when you got costs that bad and you basically have no choice who you're going to go for. Yeah. Okay, so super cucumber, we probably want to keep that. I know the regular cucumber is once again used for a meal, but I cannot remember what it is, so we'll just have a look. Cucumber. Okay, so sea cucumber and super cucumber. Okay, so sea cucumber, lucky lunch. Also requires tortillas and blue jazzes. And the super computer, super computer, super cucumber is just standard. Okay, so we can sell that one then. Although I get the feeling super cucumber, yes, super cucumber does produce iridium ore. Okay, so we actually do want to keep that then. And let me actually just see. So the lucky lunch, how good is that comparatively? So that does give you luck +3, but pumpkin soup gives you +2 luck and also +2 defense. Okay, yeah, I think we'll just bypass the lucky lunch. You got some cable stations that are must-haves in your house within only specific packages, so you have little bargaining power. Yeah, that's the stuff that I'm aware of. that you have very little choice in what you can necessarily get. Right, if I think about where I am, so I have obviously the provider that I'm currently with, or that we're currently with. We have BT, British Telecoms, which is essentially the company that kind of owns and rents out all of the landline such. So we could go with them. We also have a cable company. That would probably be closer to like £60 a month, but you would get like all of the like cable TV as well. And then you would also have Sky, which is a satellite broadcast company. But again, internet and TV shows would probably be about £60 to £75. And everything is set up for any of those, so we could just point at one and go, we want to go with this person, get it set up, and yeah, we'd just be ready to go from there. Yeah, 50 quid off a month because your town gets free lunch from the NSLP sounds good, but when your cost is $260, yeah, that seems a bit like nice gesture, but potentially not really practical in real life. Okay, so we wanted to keep the tilapia, one of the red mullets, one of the red snappers. Okay, so we're going to want to keep all of those. But yeah, very much how the other half lives in a sense. Okay, so if we put the geode back up there. And what can we put in here? Okay, so the flounders already live there anyway. Cat is in the way, as cats are wont to do. And we want to keep the super cucumber there as well. Oh, and I have 3 flounders there for some reason. And a temporary emergency program as well. Okay, I'm not going to ask how short the time frame that you're allowed to use that is going to be then. So if we take the boots from there, put the flounders up. So that gives us 7 flounders actually. So that will be nice for a future fish pond. So come on, Sir Fluff. There we go. We did say yes. We said hello to you because you were in the house because it was raining. Not much money today. We can continue on. And let's just check. Hello. And weather report. Clear and sunny for the luau. Oops. No, didn't want to do that. Fortune teller. So spirits are in good humour today. So you probably want to consider going down to the mines. And what items do we have that we could put in the luau? So we could do a silver quality purple mushroom. That should probably get things quite nice. Or maybe one of our purple star flounders. Let me just have a look. Luau. Oh, okay, so there's actually some new items that are available in the shop then. Okay, so best response. So normal quality items are not eligible, and then we just have a look. Okay, we don't have any of those items in silver quality. Okay, purple mushroom, yes, but it would need to be gold or iridium. And good response, we could put a purple mushroom in there. So, okay, so it's a temporary program for while COVID's around. Okay, got it. So until the government runs out of allocated money or 6 months after the end of the COVID emergency declaration. Oh, I guess it's something rather than nothing, I suppose. Just obviously having a quick look at anything. Yeah, we don't have any of those items to get a good response, at least not this year anyway. So I think barring getting like a gold fish. I've just seen a super cucumbers on that list, so I'm just hoping we didn't have a gold quality one that I just put in. No, because we didn't sell it. We didn't sell it. Okay, let me just have a look. Flounder, nope. Flounder is in good response. um, so yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been good. Things have been okay. I'm glad that I managed to obviously get. Okay, we've got a gold quality super cucumber, so we can put that in the luau tomorrow and get a good response. Yeah, so gathering a beach for the annual Pelican Town luau. So we've got that all ready and set up. And I think probably, well, like I said, I'm just glad I managed to get my virtual avatar working again and it's not completely destroying my game and frame rate for recording. And I think, seeing as I'm getting a bit hungry, I'm gonna get up, or do some stretches, have a bit to eat, and get something to drink. So, probably good advice for people who are following this. And I will be back probably in about 5 minutes, so it won't be that long. I'll just say that will be right back. Come on, game. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we're back, mostly. I just need to take a quick drink and sort out a couple of things, but... Okay. Dear Positron, tomorrow we're all gathering at the beach for the annual Pelican Town Luau. The highlight of the event is the communal potluck. Make sure you bring something good to contribute. The governor himself is attending the event, so make sure you're on your best behaviour. Come to the beach sometime between 9 AM and 2 PM. Mayor Lewis. And thank you, Lion Shark. So yeah, things are going all right with me over here. Nothing too much to really report about anything. My cat's being as a cat normally is. There we go, Poppy Honey. That's something nice to see. And yeah, everything else has pretty much been as usual. We have a bank holiday here in the UK on Monday, so I'm thinking that we might get a double length or even longer live stream, which will be on the schedule for The Sims 2, just because I will obviously have that day available to basically to stream things. So it just remains a matter to see if I want to do a long one or not. So anyway, I think we will put the honey in and take these fish up to the community centre. Oh yes, I remember you I think I remember you talking about that article that you wrote, and you had like loads of notes and quite a few pages. There's like was published today. She just went out of her way to thank me with a super sweet email, and it was so nice. Oh yes, that is very nice. Like, it's nice when you do something like that and you know that the other person that you've done it for has been appreciative of it. So yeah, the long stream is probably going to be like afternoon into early-ish evening. It's probably not going to be a long at night stream, but I'll obviously just see how it goes, and depending on how things are, I might do some weeks for food rather than necessarily going straight through. But we can finish off the ocean bundle. There we go. And that gives us some warp totems, which are, you know, okay. So I swear we needed a red snapper for something. Oh, no, that's a bream. Okay, did I just completely imagine that? Never mind. So anyway, night fishing, we want a walled eye. Let me just have a look at that one. Just so I can double check. Okay, so yes, found in the river, the mountain lake, and cindersap forest pond during fall or winter when it is raining. Okay, so I think we are essentially at the point where we can't really get any more fish. And yeah, we had talked about it before. Yeah, it is nice to provide an update, especially, I mean, even if you hadn't necessarily got anything from your assistant principal and their retirement, it's still nice to hear that it got finalised and published, just as that is a nice thing to hear about. So I think we will actually probably go back down to the beach and do a bit of fishing, see if we can get a few more super cucumbers. Then let me just have a think what we want to do next, because we are managing more or less okay on the standard backpack that we have. So the question is mainly going to be, do we save up money for a bunch more seeds and hope that we can get those planted and at least one decent harvest from them before the end of the month? Or do we save up our money for the tool upgrades that we will want £4,000 for an apple tree by, I think I said it was the 22nd, just so we can ensure that we get everything by then. Oh, okay, completely missed that one. Let's try again. Okay, this is probably another starfish. Aside from the fact that the starfish is considered... Okay, nope, that's a tuna. Aside from the fact that the starfish is technically considered poisonous, I think that might fit in a bit more with the Lucky Lunch, considering it's got a star shape on it. But it's probably more effort to change up some of the recipes that already exist in the game than to just make new ones. Oh, and of course, speaking of money, we do want 37,500 for the vault bundle. I think we'll probably leave that until next season when we get the cranberries in and we can start making some major money. So I know I asked this on the previous stream yesterday, but obviously with all of the frame rate issues, it didn't end up being too nice. But for people watching along, anyone got a particular favourite season in Stardew Valley that they like above the others, and any particular reason for that? Like I was saying for myself yesterday, I'd probably say that my favourite season is autumn. I think it just seems to have a nice, cosy, homely feel to it. And you don't necessarily get all the lightning and thunder that you have in summer. Okay, that's a bit more seaweed. And, well, my seasonal preference is pretty much the same in real life. I much prefer autumn over any of the other ones. Summer, even in the UK, can get too hot, especially as our homes are built with the idea in mind that we want to keep all of the heat in. So any kind of remotely warm days can be quite stifling. And then winter here is just more annoying than anything personally. Summer, spring rather, you can get some days which here are like you get a run of cold days like we've had here, and then all of a sudden a switch flicks and you get really hot days. So it's one of those situations where, like, if you commute to work in the morning, it's like you've got a big coat on and a nice warm hat, but then by the time you finish work, you need to basically be down in shorts and t-shirt because the weather's changed so much over the course of the day. Okay, and we've got another treasure chest up here, so this was a neutral luck day, but we seem to be doing okay in terms of getting fish to bite and getting treasure chests. So that's another bit of bait and a magma geode. Line shark, I'd agree with fall. Lots of important events and colours of the foliage always a nice sight. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that is one thing because you guys obviously have Thanksgiving in November and we have Guy Fawkes Night over here in the UK. So both kind of things that are somewhat associated with nice food, though unlike you guys, we have the strange idea to stand out in the cold watching fireworks. And obviously bonfires as well. But I think the one time that I've really enjoyed winter is when I actually went to Iceland over the New Year, because they seem to have it set up properly, though it's more of an advantage because of just how their geology is set up, really. Because obviously they have like all the volcanoes and all the hot springs. And so they have, or at least in the areas of Iceland we were in, all of the pedestrian pathways and roads had essentially all nice underfloor heating, which basically meant no snow, no ice, no anything that would impede your travelling around. And yeah, I forgot about all the events in game as well. But yeah, so lots of big events like the fair, although the not travelling thing, though the winter market for obviously winter could persuade me slightly to liking winter a bit more, especially seeing as we don't have the issues like in real life with all icy walkways and paths and slipping around everywhere. But yeah, I think Iceland definitely deals with winter quite nicely, and they do some brilliant bonfires for New Year's Eve as well. Like absolutely massive things, and they keep you so warm. It's so nice. And well, I think that's probably actually about all that I can really talk about different seasons, at least at the moment. But yeah, we will actually be going into summer in real life soon. Though I always enjoy being a bit pedantic when someone says that, and I go, like, "Oh, are you talking about astronomical summer or meteorological summer? Because those are two different things." And unfortunately, my husband's picked up on that, and sometimes tends to be a bit pedantic back. Like if we ask, like, say we've got plans to do a chicken curry for dinner, and he asks me, "It's like, what are we doing with it?" And I say, "Cooking it." And obviously he means, it's like, what are we doing to accompany the meal? I'm just thankful our cat can't talk because he'd probably pick up on all of that as well. Well, I mean, okay, he does talk, he meows and murs and squeaks and purrs, but in terms of actual human speech. Oh, okay, we are actually almost at level 7 fishing. It's been quite a productive day again. I can't quite remember what level we really get anything of particular major use, but as you can see, I'm sitting here just with the standard bamboo rod, catching all of these things. So I hardly ever go for the fiberglass rod because I don't find that there's too much of a jump between the bamboo rod and that. It's like, yes, you can start being able to use bait or start being able to use lures, but I prefer to just wait and grind my way up to level 6 until the iridium rod is available. And I suppose the one good thing is we're getting a load of seaweeds that we can use for cooking and also to make a couple of the fish ponds again. And how are we doing on energy? We seem to be doing fine, and we are also doing fine on time. So I think we may just wait for our energy to go down and then head back home. It's pretty hot in your state, 29 Celsius. Hardest part of international streamers, putting up conversions because no one understands freedom units. Well, I will say, Lion Shark, you're in luck with me because I grew up with parents who use Fahrenheit. So if you told me that it was 81 Fahrenheit, I'd be able to roughly kind of estimate that that's like mid to high 20s, so you can use Fahrenheit straight with me with no problem. Yeah, 29 Celsius. I'm not quite sure how hot it's going to be here, but for once, we actually seem to have a bank holiday weekend where it's actually going to be somewhat nice and warm and sunny. So that means there's going to be an absolute ton of people putting up barbecues. Yeah, in Britain, any sign of even remotely warm sunny weather, like usually out in gardens and public areas, like stripped down as far as is morally allowed, and everyone gets their barbecues out. Okay, we just lost that fish. So yeah, you don't need to worry about trying to translate things because I can do it somewhat adequately myself. I understand a few key, like, metric ones that are like 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit, -40 is the same, regardless of Celsius or Fahrenheit. 22 Celsius is 72 Fahrenheit, which is the main one that I kind of use for conversions. And 100 Celsius is 212 Fahrenheit. And I partly remember that one because of the book Fahrenheit 2112. So yeah, I can roughly figure things out. Oh, and 40 Celsius is about 120 Fahrenheit as well. So yeah, I know enough that I can try and translate between them all. The one thing that admittedly does my head in is the conversion from kilometers to miles and vice versa, simply because I just have no real like mental image of how big either of those are. So I'm just glad that the US uses miles just like we do. So it is a bit nerve-wracking getting into cars in Europe and they're in kilometers per hour, and it's like you look at the speedometer and it's going 90 and I'm going, like, is that even legal? And then I remember it's like, oh yeah, that's like 55 miles an hour. But Fahrenheit 2112, you read that, a book you read in Honours Freshman English. Yeah, it's one of those books that kind of gets bandied around a lot, but the number of people who say they've read it and have actually read it seems to be a bit of a discrepancy. I mean, I've never read it myself. I know, like, vaguely, roughly what it's about, but yeah. The main things that I studied were a lot of Shakespeare. I remember that, and I also remember liking by far and away the more fantasy ones, like A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Tempest over others. I will still stand by my assertion that Romeo and Juliet is not a romance, because William Shakespeare never wrote romance. He did comedies, dramas, and histories, and Romeo and Juliet is about two teenagers who don't have any sense, which is, I mean, not unexpected if you consider their families, and the whole thing is just a basic tragedy. It is not about the enduring, everlasting teenage love. Everyone was just, no one was thinking straight in that at all. That is my take, and I will stand by it. So we're pretty much out of energy, so we need to just head back home. What book or what books did I really read in, like, the equivalent of English class? Because in the UK, at least when I was going through the education system, you could drop English, maths, and science when you were 16 and study other things. Yeah, no offense to Britain, wasn't really a fan of Shakespeare. Yeah, I can understand that. It's one of those things where, like, even though it is modern English, it still takes a bit of parlance to really understand it. And it is one of those things that just reading the text, it doesn't really translate well. Like, I've seen some things where people just put the text up on a page and it's like, oh, this looks really weird, doesn't it? It doesn't seem to, like, run right when you actually put it into the context of being a play and being acted out, and you have the cadence of the lines all being said, then it actually starts to make more sense. But yeah, so when I was in the educational system, you could drop English, maths, and science after your GCSEs at age 16, and I dropped English. So the furthest I got was obviously studying a bit of Shakespeare, and the two books that I really remember doing for GCSE was The Crucible and also doing parallels to the 1950s Red Scare America. And 1984 I read personally, and then the other one was Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Those were the two that I really remember. with, of course, our English teacher bringing in a movie version of Mice and Men and showing us that end scene. And if you know of Mice and Men, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we've got a bunch of fish here, and I don't think any of these need to actually go into a community centre, so we can just sell them all off. Put that geode back into there, and yes, I know it's getting late. We're just going to chuck all of this into the shipping bin. Like the 1700s, a really bunch of archaic English. 2021, bus in. Hey, Shakespeare was the 1600s. Thank you very much. Shakespeare was like the late 1500s, early 1600s, but yeah. I'm sure there's also a bunch of English writers that did stuff in the 1700s that I barely even know about. Okay, so how much money did you get there? Oh, 3,200. Yeah, you also read The Crucible and Of Mice and Men. But, yeah, I kind of think those are a couple of things that are, or I have the perception anyway, that those are fairly integral to, like, American literacy and literacy studies. But anyway, so we have our house extension, which means we now have a completely separate bedroom, and we have a kitchen. Let's just quickly go for the weather forecast. We have another storm. We're getting a lot of those. Spirits are in good humour, but it doesn't matter because it is the luau today. So living off the land, an unusual amount of shells and corals are expected to wash up on beaches. 1776 feels so long ago. 1500s doesn't exist because it's so old. Yes, that reminds me of a joke. I'm not quite sure if it's also really done in America, but it's pretty much 100 miles feels like a long way from someone from Britain. 100 years is a long time for someone from America. So anyway, we wanted probably to move some of this food across into the fridge now that we've actually got a fridge, and we can make sure that we have things starting to be separated out. So, okay, that is going to be probably it for now. So we obviously don't have anything that we need to take because we are going to do the luau, other than, of course, that super cucumber fish. Let's grab that. Check our post, which is going to be just another flower crafting thing. Our watering can, and look at all of these coffee beans. This is really making me wish I had a keg at the moment. Just look at that and imagine all the coffee we could be getting. Anything else? Yes. Our first ancient fruit is ready. And sadly, I think that looks like it. But we will make sure we store that ancient fruit for whenever we get up to level 9 and get that seed maker. And then we can start really producing things. Hey, this should be fairly productive for us today, and obviously we need to remember to go to the luau, can't forget that. We obviously want to leave those poppies right where they are. So yeah, or talking about history, one of the things that I always find fairly disconnected is that in the UK we pretty much go through history as their own little segmented areas. So we did a good amount on the Tudors, like basically nothing on the Stuarts, like the royal, well, not the royal family, but the like the royal house that came after them. Then I had some stuff on apartheid era South Africa, so from like 1940s onwards. We did Germany between World War One and World War Two, and a bit of obviously the Romans and the Roman invasion of Britain. but basically nothing else. It's like I did like nothing on like American history, nothing on Christopher Columbus, quote unquote, discovering America, nor people finding out that Australia actually existed. But, or the one thing that I found interesting was that, or I did a good section on the history of medicine, which I absolutely loved. And, well, when it came to actually taking the exam, our history teacher outright told us, I was like, okay, this year is like an important anniversary of the like discovery of DNA. So this has not been on the exams for a good couple of years. So I am going to bet you focus on like studying the history of DNA, because I can almost guarantee you that is going to turn up into the exam. And yes, indeed, it turned up on the exam rather than whatever the other like subject potentially was. So I did find that quite amusing. Okay, and here we have the luau, and nicely we have everyone, well, almost everyone except the mayor, in their summery outfits. So what can we get here? We could probably buy a starfruit for 3,000, but I think we will ignore that for the time being. Let's go here and put in our super cucumber, and this should give us a good result. So look sharp, the governor's here for his annual visit. If you bought something for the potluck, make sure and add it to the soup cauldron. Already done. So yes, let's start. So here we go. And yeah, probably just briefly talking back about history, I think I've learnt more from playing Crusader Kings 2, just in terms of the overall how everything interconnects, than I ever did in all of my history classes. So anyway, Lewis. Well folks, it's time once again for the potluck ceremony. I trust that you all put in high quality ingredients in the pot this year. We don't want the governor to regret his visit to the valley. Well, governor, would you do us the honour of tasting the soup? Of course, I've been looking forward to this all year. Here we go, tasting soup. And there we go, exclamation mark. And oh my, that's the best soup I've ever tasted. So yes indeed, a gold quality super cucumber does the trick. And of course I do find I know why they do, or why they did it this way, because obviously a rare ingredient at a high quality is obviously going to have a good reaction, but in real life it would depend what everyone else put in, really. Well, wonderful job everyone. Now, who else wants to taste? There we go. The governor wasn't kidding. The soup was out of this world. So time to head home, and it is 10 p.m. Despite the luau only being around from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m, but never mind. So we want to be very careful we don't ship the ancient fruit, even though that is worth 755 on its own. We naturally want to keep it and put it in the seed maker when we have that available. So we do have enough money to actually go and get an apple tree, which I think we will do tomorrow. And that will give us enough time for that to grow and start producing apples for some of the community centre bundles that we have. So again, nice and raining, which means a day we don't have to water anything. Let's see, and another storm tomorrow. Okay, and the spirits feel neutral today, so fishing it is. And I am just double checking that. That seems to be fine. And yeah, okay, don't really have enough geodes for it to be worth going over to Clint's. Positron, do you think you could plant some of these for me? They're my favourite kind because they're nearly as beautiful as I am. Haley. So that is a rose starter we've got there. And let's just go through and pick up some of these peppers that we have and tomatoes. So we need to take one each of those across to the community centre. And let's just have a look. Rose starter, plant in spring, summer, fall. Takes 12 days, keeps reducing after the first harvest. So if we head back in here, and that was 5, yep, 5 rows. So you get 5 speed grow, and if we just do, oops, not quite there we go. And then we can put those down and add some speed grow, and that will bump that up a bit quicker. So yep, 1 hot pepper to the community centre and 1 tomato. So once again, we'll go buy Pierre's, sell a couple of items, buy that apple tree, and then go down to the ocean and do some more fishing. And then I think we will probably wrap up the stream after this day, just so that we have a good finishing point. And also need to remember to go and check the travelling merchant, but we will go and buy that apple tree. Actually, no, I changed my mind. We'll go and have a look at the travelling merchant, just on the off chance that she has an apple sapling for cheaper than 4,000. Just on the off chance. Especially as Pierre's isn't going to be open for another hour anyway. And of course we do also have all of these trees around, which we probably need to clear out at some point. So if tomorrow is not a good luck day in the game, I'm probably going to spend a bit of time actually going through and clearing stuff up, because we seem to pretty much be where we need to be in terms of the fish for the community bundles. So let's have a look. Okay, you've got goat's cheese, chanterelle. Can't remember if we need that for anything. Let me just have a look, because goat's cheese is on the artisan bundle, but I think I'd rather spend 4 grand on the apple tree instead. And chanterelle, if it's going to be anywhere. Nope, that's a truffle that Gus wants for that. So, yep. Apple sapling from Pierre's it is. Though I would be interested to see if Joja Mart actually sells the apple or the tree saplings generally. I might have a pop in there after we buy it from Pierre's just to be nosy. Okay, that was a slight bit of game lag. That seems to have resolved itself, which is good. And I would like to get up to level 6 foraging before the end of summer, but I don't think that is going to necessarily happen. Anyway, sell that, and those. So we can go back down and just make sure apple sapling takes 28 days to produce a mature apple tree, bears fruit in the fall. Yep, there we go. That's purchased. And let's just head up to Joja Mart and be nosy at what they have. And I admit, one thing I do like about Stardew Valley Expanded is that it gives pretty much everyone some kind of like growing area. Oops, so a little thing here. So tired. Can't keep my eyes open. So yes, unfortunately sleeping on the job. Thankfully Morris isn't around to see that. Oh, apologies. Welcome to Joja Mart. How may I help you? Yes, let's just take a quick look. So you do have the like regular seasonal seeds, but not actually any of the saplings. Okay, that was just a general curiosity. So we'll head back via the community centre. And actually, I think today, if we spend a bit of time clearing out the farm, we could probably still go fishing again tomorrow without issue. And the farm probably needs a bit of a clean out anyway. So anyway, so summer crop bundle, apple, not apple, tomato and hot pepper, and then we just need a blueberry and a melon. In quality crops bundle, we need 5 gold quality melons, pumpkins or corn, which if we get lucky, we might be able to do that by the end of summer. 4 crops, and the animal bundle is probably going to be the most annoying. But if we can manage to get a large brown egg and a duck egg from the travelling merchant, we can fulfill that. We can just focus our attempts on getting 1 cow and 1 goat in, or vice versa. If we get those, then we can instead get a coop and put in some chicken and a duck to get those items. So we want to make sure that we place the apple tree in a good place and make sure that it's able to grow properly, because we, even though we technically do have 10 days spare, I just want to make sure that we don't neglect anything. So where would probably be the best place? Not here. So I think, yep, there. So if we put our fishing rod back, and then we can start clearing out places. So fishing rod, so axe, pickaxe. Yep, so that should be enough for our purposes. So let's get to work. Clear out all the baby ones first, because that's probably going to be easiest. And also thinking about it, we probably want the scythe or a yeah, always scares me a little bit when you see the lightning come down. I don't think the player can actually be hit at all. It's still a bit unsettling. But yeah, we probably still want to have a scythe or one of the swords so we can cut down all of the grass. Because obviously with this farm layout, we have some good sectioned off areas for them, or for the animals anyway, so we don't need to worry too much about making sure that we keep some of this grassy area around. And obviously come down here and chop all of this. See if we can get a few packs of mixed seeds out of the bargain, which we've gotten a couple already. Always nice to see. And also make sure we've got all these walkways cleared out, so that gives us a bit of space to move, and we don't necessarily have to keep walking through all the grass and getting slowed down. So we'll keep some of the grass around to the far left and below here, just in case we need any kind of top up. And then also on the other side of the bridge as well. And then start clearing out this area, which shouldn't take us too long because we've kept up mostly on keeping this clear. So the only main thing is going to be that big stump right in the middle. So we probably are going to have enough money and copper bars to upgrade either the axe or the pickaxe at some point. Just trying to figure out what might be the better option to upgrade first, because obviously the sooner we can get the axe upgraded, the sooner we can get rid of some of these large logs and stumps, but then the sooner we get the pickaxe upgraded, the quicker that we can get through some of the rocks for mining. It's just a bit, I guess, kind of a bit. Do I feel like it's more time consuming and more worthwhile to do the axe first or the pickaxe? And admittedly, I think my mind is kind of saying the axe at the moment, even though it has limited or more limited uses than the pickaxe. But still, that'll be 2,000 gold anyway, which we're almost at. We're almost back at 2,000. And then 5 copper bars, which I'm sure we've got plenty of, and we have that little mini quarry where we can just go and get even more. So yeah, might actually be the axe first. Okay, what else do we need to do? Let's just cut down these small trees first. And yeah, like I said, even though we have got enough time for these mixed seeds that we have to grow, I'm going to keep them for autumn just so we have a bit of a head start on that. I don't think they have the cranberry seed. I don't think they can grow cranberry plants from them, but anything else like the aubergine or eggplant would be nice to get. And also we have our tapper stations here, which have a few trees out of place, so we'll get rid of those and pick up the seeds that are not in the right places, so you can get that one as well. And yep, deal with that one, and that looks fine, so that bit's cleared out. Then we can come back up here and get rid of these two, plus the small ones that are growing up. The energy looks fine. And yeah, to the right here is what I was kind of talking about having the dedicated area for the animals. I tend to pretty much just leave all of the grass that grows in there as it is. If nothing else, it just makes sure that we have a decent amount of fresh grass for the animals whenever we get one of them. So let's just go through here, pick up some of these rocks and get rid of some of these small trees. And let's just do a quick check. Probably get rid of some of these and see if we can get any more mixed seeds quickly. But yeah, you can start to see quite how large this farm map can actually get. It's got quite a lot of space and it is nicely sectioned up, so you do have, or you can like dedicate proper areas to different things. Like for instance, down here could be, say, your tapper or fruit tree farm, because you do have quite a lot of trees down here anyway. Quite a lot of trees, quite a lot of space. So yeah, much bigger than the one the regular game gives you. Got a bit stuck on a small log there. And I think we will cut the rest of these weeds down that we have here and then head back to the farmhouse and head to bed. And then I think we will finish up this stream for today. So this obviously was quite a spontaneous stream because of the fact that yesterday's stream went pretty kaput. Thankfully, it wasn't an It wasn't something that I had done. It was instead something that the developers of the Avatar software had done. So that meant while I had to wait for them to fix it, it did get fixed pretty quickly. Okay, so what else do we need to put around? Okay, all of that can go in there. And then I think also those bits. And the sweet pea can go back. Stored into there. And is there anything else we want to sell? I think if we go back down to 3 amethysts. Actually, they'll only give us 300. That's probably not really worth it. And we just check the other chest. Okay, yep, so we've got 13 copper bars, so more than enough. And actually, if I just quickly come here, we can do 4 copper there, and where our iron ores, do that there. So that will give us a small bit extra. Those will run overnight. And then, yep, we shall head to bed. So our money gains for the day are 68 gold just from that sweet pea we put in. And progress has been saved. It is the 13th of summer in year 1. We have a stormy day. Let's have a look. No, I don't want to go to sleep for the night. I want to get around my cat. Let's just have a quick peek at what the weather is for the next day. Clear and sunny. And fortune teller. Good humour. Okay. So I think I know where we're going to be heading next time. So good humour means we can probably try and rush through the next 20 levels of the mine, get down to the bottom. Oh, look at that. Look at that, we have our melons ready to harvest. So it might be worth actually seeing if we can, if we don't get 5 gold, though considering this is a very good luck day, I don't anticipate we'll have that issue. And also we can see a problem here with not having any lightning rods. This coffee bean got hit during the storms, rather unfortunately. But anyway, so that news about having a good luck day gives us a path up for progression for next stream. We're going to be crossing our fingers that we manage to get 5 gold melons. And then heading down to the mines and seeing if we can rush through to get down to the final level. So I will say thank you very much to everyone that has been watching me today. Once again, apologize for the stream yesterday, and I hope that this one makes up for it. Admittedly rather spontaneous and late planned, but I hope people that are able to watch the video on demand at a later date appreciate this technically extra one. So I will see everyone again tomorrow. That is Friday the 28th for a Sims 2 stream in the afternoon. And then on Saturday we will be back with Stardew Valley, and keep an eye out on Monday the 31st of May, as that is a bank holiday in the UK, and I may be doing an extra special, extra long Sims 2 stream. So I will exit out of this, and again, thank you very much to everyone who has been watching, and I will say goodbye for now. So bye bye everyone, and see you again next time.